I won't lose.
Hello, this is Maximum347 with an exciting playthrough of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And today we are actually going to be continuing with the trial. I know, kind of odd, right? But this trial might not be as long. I was checking the description. After this, I think it's straight to the investigation. I don't know if there's a save in between though. I mean, this one's really short. It's not as long. I think it's even shorter than when I did the first case, so it won't be too long at least. I mean, unless I get stuck or something, or I don't. I mean, wet or something or whatever. But besides that, not really much. But anyway, I'm with the trial. Mr. White? What? A trial is always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface? But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with the piece of cloth. So this is where you turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon, a tiny insignificant piece of cloth. And I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant to tell the truth. Oh there, partner. They say you show a rare cloth to a bull, they'll fire up its tender. That's what they told me when I was young at least. Officer Marshall? Thought I'd come and take a look, see how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the place locked down, ties in the fort in enemy territory. What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with the scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now don't that just be though? I've seen the red breeze flowing her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the award ceremony this afternoon, edgeworths seen it too, I'd reckon. What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Mr. wasn't mistaken? Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns, and sometimes you just gotta let the bull go where it will. Time will tell. I have a bad thing about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. White? With steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Woo-wee! About 12:30 p.m. Let's do this. Well, should I say continue this? I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over the prosecution. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue. Your lips are purple. You're sweating bullets. That full brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent. It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. Well then, I believe it is time we continue on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! Seems the prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me, knock knock. Who's there? What's with this guy? A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature was 5.7 degrees when this man came in. Who on earth is he? It's you. Oh, hey. Sam, Edgy. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, yo, Edgy. How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. busy, Smizzy, Edgy. My boy, you have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Edgy seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're white. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? So you're Whittle, the attorney, I've heard. Good things about you. Thanks? So sorry about our little Worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know we should all go swimming together sometime, Jolly. Little Worthy? Mr. White, you don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet everyone. So, what do? We owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at that poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. But to think that it was stuffed into that exhaust on little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What was this? It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this.
Objection!
Chief! What kind of outfit are you running? Mr. Edgeworth? How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now wait a minute, Worthy. I have no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document, where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistake in that signature. Miles Edgeworth? That's no fair. The day of the crime, I had... Your head in the clouds because you got that reward? I know how you feel, but you're the person in charge. I expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at this blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch, and... If I cut my finger, Mr. White, I wouldn't be able to power my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it! Okay, now to open the switchblade, all you have to do is just need to examine the switch basically. So go to examine right here. There's a small tag on this knife. It seems to say SL-9 too. What does that mean? Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 instant fame, but it's strange. Huh? What is? I'm not certain, but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Feels like this, or that look a lot like this somehow. But anyway, there we go. That's a little switch right there. Don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Yeah, just examine the tag first, so it automatically zooms in and just examine that yellow blob which is a button. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? There we go, switch my knife and to the court record. This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the Chief of Police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but I could ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife. Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even 1 to 1, really. Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here, unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department. See? What a mess. The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not official linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. There was a murder at the police department? A detective? That's hush information, Reggie. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Wait a second! You said 5:15? That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office! Order! Anyway, at the department, we're a little flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department situation. Mr. Wright? Are 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places? The chances of that are really slim. Scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Okay. And this one won't take as long. But there is a lot of things you do need to clarify. Well, first you do need to, for the second statement, you need to present some evidence. And then there's a few other statements you need to press as well. But I'm gonna press I'm just gonna press the ones the other ones anyway. Then if the ones I do need to present evidence, I'll just show you to. This one you just need to press. Something special in this one. Excuse me, special? Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now. Not now. We've established that the knife is in Goodman's chest. Was this knife? Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapping in something, a muffler. See, unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. Now, if that doesn't say present evidence to something, I know what does, so this is really do need to present, so it's pretty obvious. Going to present, what you need to present for this second statement is Goodman's note. Wait a minute. Goodman's note. Oh, I think it's the victim's note. My FAQ said Goodman's note, but it's the victim's note, yeah. Wait a second. At last, an honest to goodness objection. This knife, this has something to do with the Detective Goodman? What do you mean? Aha! And honest to goodness to what you mean from the judge. This is great! Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL-92. And this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memory that was in the body of the victim. Ah, yeah. What's this? Oh, do you get it now? If you turn, if you play this on a DS, turn it upside down, and it will make perfect sense to. Or you could just tilt your heads if you wanted to, but you'll see what it's going to. 6 minus S5 12-2. Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside. The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around and you, what you get? Ah, see? When we wrote this, When he wrote this note, he was holding the paper upside down. SO9. That's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag. Order, order! Well, Chief? Ah, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto. I win? Game is this guy playing? Okay then. Ah, this is an excellent, press this knife was evidence in the case. This one you actually need to press. So this knife was stolen? Yeah, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little Webby. It was a murder weapon as it happens. It was evidence for a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder, and it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. Let's see. This one isn't important, but I'm gonna press anyway, see what it has to say. Something didn't happen at the police department too, did it? You got a good look in your eyes there, Wright, my boy. Sharp, hungry. Chief, did something happen? And why haven't I heard? Why haven't you heard? Or why did you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy. What with Lana's case and all? Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? Ah, and this is the other thing you need to press, it's quite important. On the same day the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot? Another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact surprising, isn't it, Edgy? I am at a loss for words. And the perpetrator. Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, right? I suppose I could help. If you help me by giving me data on your case. Hoo-hoo, good one. Let's get sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing, and one thing only. This is what you need to discuss. The thing you need to ask him is where the victim was found. This is the important part. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room in the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second, I've heard of that. The evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. White. Happy? Happy? We just got our ticket to go down to this case. With the link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. Also go to the last statement and press that as well. Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, I'm with it, Whitehall. What's your connection? Yes, I'm with it, Mr. White. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had written down the numbers on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. Oh, you two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim in the police department. See, that's the tricky part. Hasn't been announced yet, and can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? Cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim or department, okay? Oh, and this is the new part of the statement she's adding. And, just press this one as well. If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Okay, now for this one, I'm just trying to ask all these other questions, I think. Oh damn, I don't know there's any notes. I hate doing this. I'm gonna have to pause again. So sorry about this. Oh, okay, I got it. Sorry about that. As for the victim's ID number, because remember that we got an ID number early on in the investigation. This should help us out. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We'll keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189. Whoa, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 8, 2... No, I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. White, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim in the police department. Yeah, this tells me something. Because remember, the victim also had an ID number. And if you actually manage to remember that really long number, then you were able to connect the dots. So say this tells me something. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think. Meaning? It has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered in the police department tells you something? What does it tell you? Okay, Goodman's ID. See? It's the exact same ID number. If you can remember that bunch of numbers in one place, if you can, kudos, that's extremely impressive. But if not, just prevent Goodman's ID. Witness! What is it, Mr. White? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. No, it's just... I got confused. And this is news? Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh, is it yours? No, Your Honor. I'm a defense attorney, remember? This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Michael. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait! The ID number we heard from the chief earlier. Let's start with 82... I've forgotten. You even got the first number wrong! The number the chief of the police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, right? What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does eyewitness think about that? Oh, sharp as attack, Whitey. Sharp as attack. But wait, Detective Goodman is Arvid. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Yet Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time, and in a completely different location? Order! Chief, what does this mean? No! What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case! Now, just wait a second, Ruby. Please get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Oh, didn't you hear me? The oversight, the grave error? Mr. Edgeworth, they're yours. What? How? How dare... We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait, Excuse me, but it's Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir. At the request of the chief, sir. I've got your report, sir. Oh, yeah, him. Him off. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said the report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman and the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then Well, that was my cat. No such luck this time, Webby. Or should I say, Webby. What? I'm sorry about this. What's my cat? You know what's up with her? She's really, Let's go upstairs. Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Well, Mr. White? Huh? Oh, well, it's, rule 2. New evidence may only be submitted if it concerns the case on trial. And how is this relevant? Normally you submit a list of evidence to be used in the court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. So, what does it mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. The connection was just proven by Whitehall over there. Good job, Whitehall, my boy. I was just doing my job. No! No! It seems we have come to the end of this trial. You are becoming a thorn in my side, Revy. There have been rumors. After all, you were in the defendant's chair just last year. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do, you'd better get results this time. Really. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. We will grant one further day as the prosecution has progressed. Will this be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. To be continued. Okay, that was surprisingly a bit longer than I thought. Huh. That was longer than I thought. Half an hour. You know what? I'm going to end it right here. Because when I was checking the FAQ for the investigation, it was long. Like, holy shit balls long. So, yeah, I'm going to do that, the next part. So, I guess this won't be a 6-parter. It'll be in 7 parts, technically. Unless the other court cases are strangely extended. It's usually this is actually kind of new. I can see why I can see why I put this in the post game. Maybe they're trying something different. And I don't know if the other games are like this. It's pretty interesting, so I kind of like that angle. Not the boring, predictable pattern of investigation, then trial, then investigation. This time was the same trial, but with a completely different witness. But the battle continues. I can see why now, because without the FAQ, that's a little confusing. I mean, you do press most of the evidence, but you do press most of the statements, but you do need to give evidence for some of them. But yeah, I'll just leave it right here. So next time will be the investigation. I've checked. There is going to be no more trial. It's now over for that day. So we'll be back to investigating. But anyway, this is Maximum 347. Gamers of all types and RPG the platformer. Stay classy.